Chao welcomes you back to a special presentation. Hello, this is Jim Perkins, and I'd like to present to you our 1960s All-Stars Tournament. 1960s is filled with rock and roll moments, including Elvis Presley and all those other rock and roll duties. 1960s was also a wonderful decade for many Chao racing superstars. So let's send them over to David Glasby to introduce our 1960s All-Stars. Alright Jim, these are the 1960s All-Stars, and I'm going to explain to them with a yearly fact sheet. In 1960, trainers were introduced to help make sure every superstar goes according to form. Representing the Chao from 1960 are the 1960 Superstar of the Year, Barney Jackson, and the 1960 World Champion, Alexander Dufont. 1961 is when we introduce our first executive power partner, which is Scotch Brand Tape. Representing the Chao from 1961 are Mario Kenseth and the 1961 World Champion Irvin Chills. In 1962, we introduced a second camera angle that will help capture the entire race live. Representing the Chao from 1962 are Elizabeth Monroe, the 1962 Senior Champion Coen Fixon, and the 1962 World Champion Lisa Fedorov. 1963 was a wonderful year because Judith McClave helped open the first stadium to the Chao Racing Universe public. Representing the Chao from 1963 on the 1963 Superstar of the Year, Darla Moore, and the 1963 World Champion, Alice Booker. 1964 marked our 10th anniversary and hope for many wishes for years to come. Representing the Chao from 1964 are Jan Duop, the 1964 Senior Champion, Isaac Bowington, and a three-time World Champion, Joe Temple. 1965 was the debut of food and beverages to help our fans stay happy. Representing the Chao from 1965 are Darwin McKay, Ray Crovati, and the 1965 Senior Champion, Kathy Linkson. 1966, the year General Foods became our new executive power partner for Chao Racing. Representing the Chao from 1966 are Eric Stern and the 1966 Superstar of the Year, Seth Dawes. In 1967, we went high-tech with a new instant replay feature that reviews all the great moments in Chao Racing. Representing the Chao from 1967 are Thomas Sachan, the 1967 Superstar of the Year, Kurt LaPointe, and the 1967 World Champion, Rachel Flatters. 1968 was the year Charles Lobby became our first play-by-play announcer for Chao Racing. And representing the Chao from 1968 are the 1968 Senior Champion, Gretchen Day Boviden, and the 1968 World Champion, Billy Westman. And in 1969, the track got its first makeover in honor of our 15th anniversary. And all that's left for the 60s All-Stars are the 1969 Senior Champion Henny Days. And last, but certainly not least, the 1969 World Champion Cecil Decker, aka Grass. Okay, back to you, Jim. Well, there you have it, the 1960s All-Stars. And we're going to start off our tournament right after this sponsor message. So don't go away. Alright, so it's time for the opening round, and we're going to start off with the Station Square. First up, we have Alexander, Seth, Kurt, and Irvin. Alexander and Irvin had previously entered in the 1950s All-Stars tournament, so let's see how they fare in this tournament. Okay, so are you ready to clear? Well then, good luck on tonight's event. Let's have a challenge! Okay, here we go. By the way, Wendy's, our fine executive proud partner, is the sponsor for this event. Sam Lewis is our race supervisor. It is directed by Simon Leach and written by Tiffany Kalos. You know how this works. The first two superstars to cross the finish line, regardless of understanding, will move on to the Station Square Divisional race. And it looks like Alexander will have the winning toss of the 1960s All-Stars tournament. And he is gonna take first place. So he's the first superstar to move on to the next round. And Seth is moving on. So it's Alexander and Seth who will be moving on to the Station Square Divisional race. A fine well done to these two superstars. And now we're going to proceed to our second race of the Station Square. Here we go. This time we have Joe, Cecil, Alice, and Billy. 4 world champions, we all know. Joe is the only one who won 3 titles in a row, of course. Here's what we're going to line up, and it's over to you, Jim. So, are these 4 Chao ready to go? Yes, we are. Well then, good luck. Let's have a Chao race. Alright, here we go. Let's see which 2 are going to face off with Alexander and Seth in the Station Square Divisional race. They're pushing their ball with all their might. Number 7 was going to rest, and so is number 2. All 4 Chao are still in the game at the current moment. And let's see who's going to have the opening toss in this race. It's going to be made by number 2. I think that's going to be enough to take the lead. Don't you think? Sure looks like it. The 4 Chao are still in it. Cecil has the best standing so far. And it looks like Alice with the speed burst. And Alice moves on. Cecil moves on too. So Alice and Cecil will move on to face Alexander and Seth in the Station Square Divisional. Well done. And it's back to you, Jim. Alright, the Mystic Boys Division is coming up right after this. Alright, we're now in the Mystic Boys Division. First up, we have Dawn, Lisa, Bonnie, and Eric. Lisa is one of our world champions from that decade, and she's smiling. And by the way, all races held in the opening round will be held at the Pearl course. So it's over to you, Jim, to get things started. So is everyone ready to go? Well then, good luck to all 4 of you, and let's have a Chao race! So as we know, the player 1 is always at the number 3 position, player 2 is at the number 4 position, player 3 is at the number 5 position, and player 4 is at the number 6 position. Here they come! So all you have to do to win this course is to push your ball to the other side, and then make it towards the finish line. The first 2 Chao to do it will move on to the divisional race. And the first superstar to get the speed burst this race is number 5, which happens to be Bonnie. Bonnie is the first Mystic Boy superstar to move on to the divisional race. And also moving on is Lisa. So it's Lisa and Bonnie who will be moving on to the next round. They will represent 2 of the 4 superstars in the Mystic Moons Divisional race. Let's proceed to our second race of the division. This time around we have Mario, Rachel, Hetty, and Kathy. 3 lovely girls, and one of them is a world champion. Pretty neat, huh? Well, here's a look at the lineup as we send over to Jim Perkins. Jim, alright, are these 4 ready to go? Yes, we are. Well, then good to all 4 of you. Let's have a Chao race. Alright, who's gonna join Lisa and Bonnie in the Mystic Moons Divisional race? Remember, the top 2 Chao will move on. So let's see what's gonna happen here. It's a close contest so far, but this opening toss can change the factor of this race. Who's gonna get it? We'll find out soon enough. The first superstar to get the speed buzz this race is number 6, which happens to be Kathy. And it looks like Kathy's gonna be joining Lisa and Bonnie in the Mystic Moons Divisional race, as well as Rachel. So Rachel and Kathy are joining Lisa and Bonnie in the Mystic Moons Divisional race. So congratulations to these 2 Chao, and it's over to you, Jim. Alright, we'll have our 8 carrier division races in a moment, but first, this message. Alright, one more division to go in the opening round. It's the 8 carrier. First up we have Isaac, Gretchen, Darren, and Jan. Let's see what happens in the 8 carrier opening round. Jim, it's up to you. So are these 4 ready to go? Yes, we are. Okay, good luck on tonight's race. Let's have a Chao race. Here we go. 8 carrier division is on the way for the 1960s All-Stars. Alright, pushing the ball to the other side is key to victory here. The competition is close. That's how we always like it, each and every race. Let's find out who's going to move on in this race. And the opening toss will be made by number 6, which happens to be Jan. Jan is in the lead, and it looks like she'll be the first 8 carrier superstar to move on to the divisional race. And guess who else is moving on as he takes the speed bus? Isaac! So Isaac and Jan are moving on to the 8 carrier divisional race. Darwin finishes 3rd and Gretchen finishes 4th. So a big congratulations to Isaac and Jan for moving on to the next round. What a deal by these 2 guys. And next we have these 4 intelligent superstars. They are Coban, Thomas, Ray, and Elizabeth. The 2 Chao who win this race will go on to face Isaac and Jan in the 8 carrier divisional playoffs. So I'll start this one off. On your marks, get set, and go! Here we go, final race of the opening round of the 1960s All-Stars. Who's gonna join Isaac and Jan in the 8 carrier divisional race in the next round of play? We'll find out soon enough. Check out the competition. The Chao Racing Universe is on their feet, ladies and gentlemen. And in just a few moments, we will have our opening toss for this race. But who's gonna get it? It's number 5. That's Ray. And Ray will be joining Isaac and Jan in the 8 carrier divisional race. And last up for the 8 carrier divisional race, we have number 4, which is Thomas. So your 8 carrier divisional race winners are Isaac, Jan, Thomas, and Ray. Congratulations to all 4 superstars. Back to you, Jim. Alright, the divisional race is coming up, but first, take a look at this. Time now for the divisional round. And the Central Square will have Alexander, Seth, Cecil, and Alice. And all divisional round races will be held at the Amethyst course. Over to you, Jim. So are these 4 ready to go? Yes, we are. Well then, good luck in the divisional round. Let's have a Chao race! Okay, so Alexander is at number 3, Seth is at number 4, Cecil is at number 5, and Alice is at number 6. The Chao with the best standing in each divisional round will move on to the 1960s All-Stars Grand Final. Looks like Cecil Grass that good and is having a great time. She's currently at the lead at the current moment, according to the standings on the left of your screen. And the first superstar to get the speed bus is gonna be none other than Alexander. And Alexander is in the lead at the current moment. The other 7 superstars in the competition is really going neck to neck on each other. But back to Alexander. He has increased his lead with back-to-back speed bus. And he is running away from the competition. Taking a real look at the competition, they're still neck to neck at the current moment. But who's gonna get a speed bus, I wonder? It's gonna be made by number 1. And he's still in this one. And as we approach the 1 minute mark, number 1 is going to rest. Meanwhile, Alexander Dufont, that's his full name, has been a wild lead at this point, but it's gonna change in a matter of moments because numbers 2 and 8 are heading for the water. Number 8 took a speed bus, by the way, and Cecil is going to rest, and Seth is going to rest. What's gonna happen? Next speed bus belongs to Alexander. It's 3rd for this race. Numbers 2 and 8 are almost there. If they can hang on from Alexander, they're going to be in 1st and 2nd place. But here comes Alexander with back-to-back speed bus for a 2nd time. And it looks like he is going to take the lead back from number 8. Number 7 is being lousy on the other hand. He needs some serious catching up to do. But it's Seth who gets the next speed bus. It will be a miracle though for him to catch up. Cecil and Alice looks like he might not have enough help as well. Alice will have the next speed bus. Number 7 is still all alone, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm afraid he won't get any help pretty soon. Cecil will have the next turn, and they're battling neck to neck for 5th place. But this one's just going to be all about Alexander Dufont, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to have the best standing no matter what happens. As number 7 takes the speed bus, the winner moving on to the grand final is Alexander Dufont. And Alice will have the next command on the speed bus. Number 8 finishes 2nd, and number 2 will wrap up the top 3. And number 1's going to rest, and he is in last place again. And Seth will have the next command on the speed bus. He will finish in 4th. Alice finishes in 5th. And I think we have time for one more speed boost. Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be made by number 1, but oh, too bad, so sad. He's still in last place. Alexander Dufont is the winner of this race, and we'll be right back with more. Do not go away. The Mystic Moons Divisional race is up next. Up next for the Mystic Moons Divisional, we have Lisa, Bonnie, Rachel, and Kathy. So we have 2 of the world champions, Lisa and Rachel. And here's the lineup. So on to you, Jim. Alright then, from all of us here, good luck on the Mystic Moons Divisional race. Let's have a Chao race. Alright, so we have 2 world champions out of 4. Lisa did it in 1962, and it was Rachel who did it in 1967. Yeah, Lisa and Rachel. According to my calculations, number 7 has the lead, followed by number 8 and number 6. It's a close competition so far, and it looks like the first superstar to get the speed bus is number 7. And number 7 has a big lead to start this one. The competition seems close for the rest of the superstars. And Kathy will have the next command on the speed bus. She's tailgating number 7 for the lead, and she has the best position so far. Number 8 was going to rest, and he and number 1 are battling for dear life. It's number 1 who gets the speed bus that time. And Kathy is heading for the water. Will it pay off? He's swimming like crazy. She's swimming like crazy. Sorry, wrong sex pronunciation. Well, anyway, back to number 1. And he has quite an advantage over land. Guess who else is swimming? Numbers 2 and 8. They're swimming for dear life as we head into Lisa, the 1962 World Champion. She is going to rest, and Rachel is going to rest. That'll give Barney some time to catch up, but he still needs to catch up a lot more. He is in last place at the current moment. Kathy decides not to take a rest as she takes the speed bus. But number 2 is not number 8. Number 2 is going to second, and number 8 is in the top 3. Number 7 with the next commander of speed bus, battling number 1 for 4th. It will be a miracle for Lisa, Rachel, or Bonnie to catch up to the crowd. Next speed bus belongs to Lisa. And she runs away from Bonnie and Rachel. But this race is about to go to Kathy. Looks like she's gonna move on to the grand final. Number 8 will have the next command on the speed bus. And the winner is Kathy! Well done to Kathy. A splendid job by Kathy. And number 7 got all of it. He finishes in second place. Number 2 will wrap up today's top 3. That's followed by number 8. Oh, Bonnie's speed boost got denied. Number 1 will finish in 5th. And Lisa will take 6th. And it looks like Rachel will have the next command on speed bus. She finishes 7th. Looks like Bonnie's gonna finish in last place, ladies and gentlemen. So Kathy will be moving on to the grand final to represent the Mystic Ruins. Back to you, Jim. Alright, after this, the A Carrier Division. But first, take a look at this message. Alright, we have one more divisional round to go before we are prepared for our grand final. The A Carrier Divisional will feature Isaac, Jan, Thomas, and Ray. This should be an exciting one, folks, so let's send it over to Jim. Jim Puckett, take it away. Alright, so are these 4 Chao ready to go? Well then, best of luck from all of us here on Chao Racing. Let's have a Chao race! Alright, so the winner of the A Carrier Divisional will face Alexander and Kathy in the grand final in the 1960s All-Stars tournament. Number 7 has the lead at this point. Number 8 is going to sleep. And number 3, which happens to be Isaac, has control of this match because number 7 is going to rest, just like number 8. And let's see who's going to have the opening toss. It's going to be made by Jan. She has control of this match, ladies and gentlemen. She's leaving the competition in the dust, folks. Numbers 2, 7, and 8 are battling for dear life. And it's number 8 who gets the speed bus. Number 8 was the one who got some help. But Jan is still A-okay in the lead. And the next speed bus will be made by number 7. Now he's battling number 8 for second place. And number 2 is heading for the water. That's going to give him an advantage because all the Chao are crawling. Meanwhile, number 1 takes a turn, tailgating Jan for second place over land. Number 2 is drowning, but he's doing a great job keeping up. And Thomas is going to rest after we got speed bus. And Jan is going to rest. That will give Thomas command on the lead, as Ray will have the next command on the speed bus. Number 2 is about to hit land, ladies and gentlemen, as the next speed bus will be made by Jan. Land and Jan, that sort of rhyme. Anyway, Jan has the lead for the second time this match. Number 2 is tailgating him for the lead. As the next Beavers will be made by Isaac, who's doing a fine job in 4th place. Number 8 is in last place again. What's gonna happen? Jan decides to leave the competition behind for a 2nd time this match. All I can say is Thomas should worry about being back here next time, if there is a next time. Next Beavers belongs to number 7, who moves on 1 spot to 6th place. Looks like number 8 won't have any help pretty soon. As Thomas takes Beavers, it is Jan who is facing Alexander and Kathy in the grand final. Number 2 is expected to take 2nd, and Thomas will wrap up the top 3. And the last Beavers of this race will be made by number 1. He finishes 4th. So it's Alexander, Kathy, and Jan, your 3 grand finalists in the 1960s All-Stars tournament. Back to you, Jim. Alright, Alexander, Kathy, and Jan will be competing for the grand final shot at the title. But first, this commercial break. We'll be right back. So, we would like to congratulate Alexander Dufont, Kathy Linkson, and Jan Dulop. They represent the 3 superstars in the grand final for the 1960s All-Stars tournament. So good luck to all of you one last time, and let's make this one a classic. Here we go, let's have a Chao race. David? Okay, it's the grand final between Alexander Dufont, Kathy Linkson, and Jan Dulop. They represent the number 3, 4, and 5 position in this race. The player with the best standing will win the 1960s All-Stars tournament and will have $6,000 donated to the March of Dimes charity. Number 6 has the lead at this point. Kathy Linkson has the best position so far. But Alexander Dufont takes the opening toss, and now he takes the lead. Kathy is currently battling number 6 for 2nd place at this point. And Kathy gets a speed buzz. Now she takes the lead. Alexander Dufont still okay in 2nd. Jan Dulop needs some serious catching up to do. Well, not really serious, but somehow serious. And it's number 2 who gets the next command of speed buzz, currently battling Alexander Dufont for 2nd place. Kathy Linkson has the lead still, as number 1, who was going to sleep, takes a speed buzz and desperately needed to catch up every once in a while. Now he's in 5th place. Number 7 is getting all alone in last place, ladies and gentlemen, as Alexander Dufont will have another turn. Now catching up to Kathy Linkson, battling for the lead. Number 6 is 3rd place at the current moment, as number 7 who gets some desperate help. He's back in his 1, and now it's number 8 who is in last place. Next Beavers belongs to Kathy Linkson, and he takes the lead from Alexander Dufont. It's anybody's game at this point. You never know what's going to happen in the 1960s All-Stars tournament. Alexander Dufont takes back the lead from Kathy Linkson. Number 2 moves up to 3rd place. And who's going to have the next Beavers? They're heading towards the pool area. It's Jan Dulop who got the next Beavers, and she moves up a couple of places. Back up in front, Alexander Dufont and Kathy Linkson are battling for the lead, ladies and gentlemen, battling for the title. And number 6 will have the next command of Beavers, but he's drowning a lot. What's going to happen? They're in the pool area at this point, as number 6 gets back-to-back Beavers, but he's still drowning at this point. He's battling Alexander Dufont for the lead. And the next Beavers will be made by number 2. By the way, Alexander Dufont has the best position so far. I think he's going to win the 1960s All-Stars tournament. What do you think? Number 7 with the next command of the Beavers. Yep, this will make it official. With 2nd place, it looks like Alexander Dufont is the winner of the 1960s All-Star Tournament. Number 2 was in 1st place. So that's it for the 1960s All-Stars Tournament. Thanks to everyone who participated for a wonderful tournament. You all did great. So, a final recap. John Dua finishes third. Kathy Linkson finishes second. And Alexander Devon is your 1960s All-Star Champion. Well, that's it for the 1960s All-Stars Tournament. Tune in next month as we present our 1970s All-Stars Tournament. We hope that all of our regular superstars will return next week at regular time. I hope so. So be sure to join us then, and we'll see you next time. So long, everybody!